What's going on, guys? Welcome back to CarX Drift Racing, where we have just received PTR version 2.24.0. Not only do we have 2 new cars here in this update, but we have some really cool multiplayer changes as well. So you guys know the drill. First, we're going to run through all the patch notes here on Steam, then we're going to hop in game and check out exactly what they've done. So up first here, guys, it says, "What's up, drivers? PTR version 2.24.0 is available." First section is going to be main changes here. We do have 2 new cars. We have the UDM4Z, which is going to be a BMW Z4, and then we have the Arcus, which is going to be a C3 Corvette. After that, it says multiplayer room UI updated, which is actually to support the next one, which is absolutely huge. We have teleport option to other players or map points added. So not only are we going to be able to teleport to other players, but we are going to be able to set and use waypoints on the map, which is absolutely huge. After that, guys, we have another huge one. It says missing livery issue fixed. I know a lot of guys, including myself, are having issues on CarX with liveries going missing, so it's great to see CarX working on that as well. After that, guys, we have extended list of adjustments. A lot of these are going to be smaller changes, so I'm going to buzz through these as quick as we can. Up first is going to be map uploader. It says configurable joint component support added for custom maps. If I'm being honest with you guys, I don't even know what this means, so if you guys know what configurable joint component support is, definitely let me know down in the comments below. After that, guys, is going to be the car section. It says Loki 4 GT, which I believe is one of the newer BMWs. Dashboard turning on after engine stop issue fixed, and then the interceptor tachometer incorrect display fixed here as well. After that, guys, we have gameplay. It says driver's animation lag after opening control settings issue fixed. Free camera angle issue after opening it fixed as well. Winter tires display on winter red ring map in tandem mode issue fixed. Issue with camera change after exiting free camera mode fixed. In car windows issue in first person view fixed as well. Last but not least, here we have some information about how to install the PTR if you guys are looking for that. But as for the changes, that is going to do it. So let's head in game and check out what they've added. All right, guys, so here we are in game. Now, the first thing I want to check out here is going to be our 2 new cars. So we're going to head down to the bottom of the car list here, and we have our UDM4Z, which is going to be our Mark V Toyota Supra. And then we have the Arcus here, which is going to be our C3 Corvette. So I'm going to real quickly build up both of these cars so you guys can see the customization. Up first here on the Z4, we have the stock body, of course. Then we have the R&T body kit. This one's pretty nice. I don't know about that vent on the fender there, but still a nice kit nonetheless. And then we have CarX Bodyworks, which actually, I kind of like this one. I think for this build, we'll stick with the CarX Bodyworks. However, I do want to point out that if you guys go with the stock body, you don't have any front bumper options. R&T, you do get some front bumper options, though. You got R&T V1, R&T V2, and R&T V3. Pretty much just a splitter on there, and then it's going to be the same with the CarX Bodyworks. We got Aero 1, Aero 2, Aero 3, and Aero 4, D1, D2, and D3. Honestly, I like D1. I think it's kind of the cleanest, so I think we're going to run that. Now we're going to run back to headlights here. We got R&T V2 installed with the kit. We got R&T V1 here with the orange indicators. We got stock V2 and stock V1. I think I like stock V2 the best, nice and clean. Hood up next here, we got CarX Bodyworks pre-installed. We got the V2 here as well, just changes the color of those secondary vents. We got R&T here with some different vents. Then we got stock, which deletes the hood. And then we got the stock hood itself, which I think we're going to run on this one to clean it up a little bit. We got the roof here as well. We got the stock roof, and then we got the R&T, which adds some louvers to the rear window. I think I'm going to pass on those. We got the side mirrors after that. For side mirrors, we got the stock option. We got R&T, we got Street V1, Street V2, and CarX Bodyworks. I like stock for sure. We got the roll cage after that. I think we're actually going to take it out of this car. And then we have the skirts. So on the skirts, we do have a side exit exhaust, and you guys are going to notice that if we change the skirts to a different option, we are going to lose that side exit exhaust. So if we go for the CarX Bodyworks, for example, the exhaust is going to be moved to the rear, and over in the exhaust section, you're going to lose that side exit option. We have Aero 1 here, Aero 2, the same skirt, just with a little splitter, and then we have the D1 and the D2. Both of these are going to allow our side exit exhaust over here in the exhaust section. Now, truthfully, I like the side exit exhaust a little bit more than I like the rear exhaust. I'm honestly just not a fan of how they point down. It looks a little flaccid to me. So I think we'll go back to that side exit, and then we're going to pick our skirts from there. I wish we could have this without the splitter. It looks a little funky to have the splitter without one on the front bumper, and body color just looks weird. So I think we're going to leave the black splitter, but I don't know if I'm in love with it yet. We'll check it out again once we paint it. Now, I somehow have louvers on here. I don't know how that happened. Definitely going to delete that. I don't know why I had louvers on here. And then we have the trunk. So the trunk is going to be just like a clean shaven one. Then we have CarX Bodyworks where we can see the radiator fans. I think honestly, I just like that cleaner look, and it is going to change up the interior a little bit too. We have a fuel cell with like a hose in there, which is interesting, but I do think the cleaner look is better for this car. So we're going to do that. And then rear bumper, we actually have to run the cut. On this body kit, there is no full rear bumper. So we have the one with the holes here, and then we have just the stock one here too. So we're going to run the stock one, or the clean one. I guess it's not stock because it's cut. And then we have spoiler after that. Bunch of options here. We have stock, which is going to remove it. Probably going to be the move for this car if I'm being honest. We have Missile V1, Missile V2, ProFlow V1, ProFlow V2, R&T V1, R&T V2, and CarX Bodyworks. I think we'll remove it here, stick with that clean scheme. Then we have taillights. We have the stock taillights, the other stock taillights, which is just going to be a removal. And then we have the R&T, which is some clears. I think the clears look absolutely terrible. Maybe we could smoke them out, but I think the reds look a little better on this one. Exhaust, we already sorted. We have our seats up next. Typical CarX stuff here. I think we'll run Sprath. We'll do that for both. Steering wheel, mono should be fine. We'll slap a handbrake in there as well. We'll leave the shifter stock. And then wheels, I think we'll go over to deep dish and we'll run these guys. So we'll save that. We'll head over into paint next, give it a quick paint job. So that is looking pretty good here. We're gonna confirm our paint job, slap the ultimate tune on here to get a better idea how it'll look all tuned up. Quickly fix the fitment here. And there it is, guys. Wheels, fitment, and suspension all sorted. The car's super lip low, so I had to run a 20-inch wheel, which I normally don't do. But other than that, I'm actually pretty happy with this car. I'm not usually a huge fan of Z4s, but I'm actually pretty stoked on how this one came out. Now after that, we do have the C3 Corvette to check out here as well. We're gonna head back into customization here where we do have the stock body as well as the CBW kit, which is just some lips it looks like. After that, we have R&T, which is gonna add like a Rocket Bunny style wide body kit here with the rivets. And then we have the Street X kit here as well, which is gonna be a wide body, but it's actually molded. This is super sick. I think we're gonna run the Street X kit here on this one. We have front lights after that, and there are a ton of options here. We have stock V1, stock V2 pops them up a little bit here, stock V3 pops them up all the way. R&T V1 has that sleek light, R&T V2 has the same, but it looks like with a yellow bulb versus a white bulb. V3 has 3 bulbs instead of 2 bulbs. V4 is the 3 bulbs but yellow, and then we have Street X V1 and Street X V2, which are gonna be circle lights, but we have the white and yellow options here as well. Kind of a tough pick for me. Honestly, I think I like the R&T sleek lights a little better than the stock kind of like pop-up lights. I'm really not sure what bulbs I like. I'd want to go with whatever's closest to OEM, but I don't know this car so well. I think I'm gonna run R&T V1 with the white lights. After that, guys, we have our front bumper options. This car has a ton of customization to it. We have stock V1 here. This is a huge change up, honestly. It looks more like an OEM front bumper. Then we have stock V2, same thing, but with a little more chrome. We have CBW V1, which does add that splitter. CBW V2, same thing, but with the chrome. Custom V1 here has a little bit more of a racing style front splitter. V2 has some holes in it. V3 adds an oil cooler, which is actually super sick. Then we have the Street V1, Street V2, and Street V3, which is the one that came with the kit. Now, I do like the way that this lip works into that front fender, but there's something about having an oil cooler sticking off the front of an old muscle car that just feels right. So I think I'm gonna run this for now, and we'll see how the rest of the build progresses. For hoods here, still a ton of options. We have the stock hood, we have stock empty, which is gonna remove. CBW V1 is a little bit of a different style vent. V2 is gonna give you a more aggressive vent. Custom is gonna give you a nice little scoop. R&T is gonna give you a big scoop. Then we have Street V1 and Street V2. I'm thinking something in the CBW line is a little bit cleaner. It might work a little better. Let's run CBW V1 for now. After that, guys, we have our roof options. We have the stock roof, nice and clean. Then we have the CBW version, which is gonna give us a convertible, even though we have a body kit applied, which is actually pretty sick. Then we have R&T V1, which does delete the rear window as well as the chrome trim around the front windows. So that actually looks a little bit cleaner on the front windows, but I don't love that. I'm hoping V2 has the rear window. No, it does not. It has a crazy whale tail scoop or whatever that is. It's a mohawk, dude. It looks like the car's got a mohawk, dude. Hell yeah, America. And then Street X has the little spoiler on the back. So I would love to delete the chrome around it, but I don't think I like the rear window delete very much. Definitely all set on the mohawk. I kind of like the little window spoiler there. And honestly, I don't mind just like the stock roof. I do think for drift vibes though, it looks a little better with the window spoiler, so we're gonna leave that for now. Side mirrors after that, we have stock empty, which is gonna delete the mirrors. We have stock V1, CBW V1, CBW V2, R&T V1, R&T V2, Street V1, Street V2, and Street V3. Honestly, I think I'm gonna run Street V1. They look a little bit closer to stock for me. I would have thought these would have been the stock mirrors, but that's okay. Then after that, guys, we have the roll cage. I don't think this car needs a roll cage either. Going for like a clean kind of drift missile sort of build here. I think that oil cooler on the front gives it plenty of drift vibes. And then we have the trunk. Looks like we do have a little fuel port there on the rear. I'm hoping we can delete that. It's not a full delete because it looks like that's where the gas cap would have been stock, but I don't know. I think we'll probably go with body color. Yeah, let's run the body color for now. We can always come back to it. After that, guys, we're gonna have rear bumpers come stock with the Street X. Then we got the CBW V1, CBW V2. Custom's gonna be after that. Then we have R&T V1 with a crazy splitter, R&T V2, R&T V3 with another crazy splitter, and then we have Street X once again. Honestly, I like this rear bumper the best, although I don't think it ties in super well to the rest of the body lines on the kit, but I do think it's gonna be our best option. After that, we have spoiler. Come stock with the Street V1. We're gonna go back to stock here, which is gonna be our delete. Looks super clean. CBW adds a little bit more of a tuner style. D-Master even more tuner style. Pro Flow as well. R&T V1 here. I like that little duckbill. R&T V2 even cleaner. Then we have Street V1, which the car came with, and then we have Street V2, more drag style stuff for Street X. Truthfully, I'm thinking the delete or adding a little bit of a duckbill with R&T might be cool, but I don't know. The stock trunk has a nice little line to it as well. I don't know if we even need a duckbill. You know what? Let's run the stock. Let's run the delete. After that is going to be taillights. Come stock with CBW. We got the stock taillights. Stock empty is going to delete CBW, then R&T V1. These are crazy. These look almost like R32 taillights. Then we have R&T V2 and Street X. Honestly, I think Street X looks the cleanest for me. I don't really like the chrome rings on the stock ones. I'm sure they're more like period correct for the car or whatever, but I think we're going to run Street X on this one. After that, guys, is going to be exhaust. Once again, we have a side exhaust here. Come stock with the carbon wrapped Street X V2. We have Street X V1, which is going to be a chrome pipe, and then V3, which is just absolutely insane. I think we're gonna leave V2 on this one. It looks nice and tough. We're gonna do the interior after that. Honestly, I think I'm only gonna do the driver's seat in this car because I kind of like the stock interior. The steering wheel, I don't think we're gonna change. It's super classy for an old school Corvette. I'm wondering though if adding a handbrake might be a wise decision just to give it a little bit more drift vibe. Yeah, I think we'll add the mono handbrake. There's just something about seeing an old school Corvette with an oil cooler and a big handbrake that just, I don't know. It's pretty cool. Shifter, we're gonna leave though, same reason. I like that stock interior. We'll pick out some wheels here. I honestly feel like the stock wheels are pretty much perfect. And you know what? We're gonna leave them. They look great on this car. Save our changes for sure. We're gonna paint the car real quick. We're definitely gonna throw the ultimate upgrades on here so we can fix our fitment. Front is actually pretty good on this kit. Rear needs a little bit of work though. And heading into the dyno stand here, yeah, our wheel track in the rear is at -5 stock, so we're gonna bring that way out. I don't want it quite as wide as the front for when we actually tune it, but I think we can go a little wider in the front here as well. And honestly, the rest of this fitment looks pretty good for this car. I definitely have plenty that I could adjust, but I definitely want to get out to multiplayer and show you guys what's going on with the teleport stuff. So I think we're going to leave that there. This car came out so nice. I'm actually super stoked on this thing. Let's get it out to a multiplayer lobby and check out some of the teleport features. All right, guys, just hopped into an online lobby here. And if I'm being honest, this car feels pretty good for not really tuning it, just throwing some base values at it and getting right out here. But that's not why we're here. I actually want to show you guys some of the UI improvements. So if we pull over here and bring up our UI, if we hold right on the D-pad now, you guys will see a couple new options. If we go up and to the left here, it's going to say create waypoint, which is super sick. This is going to be how we create a new respawn location. So if we let that go, it's going to say waypoint created, and then we'll be able to drive around the map. And if we get lost or just want to teleport back to that spot, all we have to do is bring up that wheel again, go to the top right, and it's going to say teleport to waypoint, and there we go, back to where our waypoint was originally placed. This is going to be super sick for FD sessions or just running lines that don't loop with your friends. It is a feature that we've had on PC for a while, and it's so sick to see it come into the game officially. Now, not only can you create and teleport to waypoints, but you can teleport to players as well, just like on PC. So if I check out Mr. Miata here, see what he's up to, say I want to teleport to him, all I have to do is spectate him and hit A, and I'm going to teleport right over, which is so nice. Honestly, I'm super impressed with CarX for adding this here. We're going to see if I can tandem with a 100 adhesion player up here. I got 90s. Oh wait, no, I don't have 90s on this car. I just left what was on it. Honestly, I think I'm going to do that now here. Obviously, we can go to the dyno stand in game, and yeah, tire grip's at 100. We're gonna go back to 90s here and really see how this thing feels. And there we go, guys. This thing's feeling super dialed in for the amount of effort that I put into it. I'm definitely gonna be working out the rest of this tune. Honestly, it feels pretty good out the box here. I think the gearing could be a little longer and maybe a few suspension adjustments as well, but I am super stoked on this car. It's a lot of fun and it's really good out the box. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna revisit the Z4 or not. I'm not typically a huge fan of that car in real life, but it is super sick to see CarX adding new cars. Now, before we end the video, I do want to check out one more thing here. I actually wanted to head into first person and check out the windows, and they look pretty good. I know there was a glare issue for a while. There was just like not really good looking glares on the windows, and so people were using mods to delete the windows just so that things looked a little better in first person, but this looks great to me. I'm not seeing any glares or anything at all, so I think that's a huge improvement as well. I don't typically drift in first person on CarX, but this looks pretty good to me as is. Other than that, guys, I think that is going to do it for today's video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys a ton. If you did enjoy the video or found it useful at all, please feel free to leave a like down below, and definitely let me know what you guys think of today's updates down in the comments below as well. Once again, guys, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys a ton, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.